I think the players are way more skilled than we ever were back in the day. You gotta play
You
the
got to
game.
play the game, man.
You know what I mean?
Bro, because if you don't, you're going to get played. Rob Dillingham's 18. He's going to be guarding a 27-year-old.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Play ball. It's part of the reason why there's some kids and some parents send their kid to military school.
Yeah. True.
You need discipline.
I can get you in the D1, D2, NAI, D3, JUCO, development teams. If you don't talk off the court, you ain't gonna talk on the court. If you lazy off the court, you're gonna be lazy on the court. It's just no way you can tell me something you love and something you don't love, you half-ass at it, that you're gonna give me your whole. It just don't work that way. You know, the kid, unfortunately got killed around the time that he would have been
with you
in my program.
Playing through a bad game is part of his development. Him maybe getting injured, can't play, that's part of your development.
Yeah.
Me chewing you out on the small stuff, that's part of your development.
What should I do? Should I choose the money or should I choose the passion?
Yo, welcome back. Another episode, Hoop Lounge TV, where we sit back, kick back, and talk about hoops. I got a special guest today, man. His name's Shere Bel. He is a life coach, all right, against all odds, all right. That's his company. He trains, high school basketball coach, and most importantly to me is he's big on mental health for athletes and just, people, period. So let me welcome Shere Bel to the podcast today, man. What's going on, big dog?
What's going on, bro? Appreciate you,
man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Man, listen, man. I appreciate you, man, more than you know. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that a little bit later. But, man, what you got going on right now, man? What's your plans for, coming up this basketball season, man? What you got?
Oh, man. For me, man, it's more, again, we already understand I'm a mental health coach. So for me, it's more than just X's and O's, wins and losses. I'm trying to build a culture, trying to build a brotherhood, a friendship with these guys, a bond. So mainly for me this season is teaching life lessons through the game of basketball. That's really what I seek to do. So the basketball is the easy part for me. So I'm trying to teach these guys how to communicate effectively, how to be on time, how to have a work ethic, you know what I mean? How to, have patience with their teammates, how to encourage one another, like, those things, how to, if anything was to happen, how to hold accountability, things of those natures, they're life lessons that we can take to corporate America, because obviously NBA is a lottery pick. How many people hit the lottery? Not many. Right. So I'm training and I'm coaching doctors, lawyers, families, entrepreneurs, things of that nature. So that's my goal in the season. Now the X's and O's, the wins and losses, that's gonna come. The wins probably come more so than anything because the style of play we have at Moravian Prep. But for the most part, it's bigger than basketball and the X's and O's. You know what I mean? If we go 0-1. Oh, 0-40, we play 40-something games. We go 0-40, I feel like the mission is still complete as long as these guys are not the same when they came through the doors.
Bet. Yeah, man. So that's man, that's big time to hear, because I tell people when I coach their kids, like, it's more for me by developing your character.
Yeah.
Winning's a byproduct. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about winning if I'm doing shit the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By building character, putting you through shit, because at the end of the day, I agree so hard. I mean, my entrepreneur journey is due to training, going through that, understanding what my body can do, what it can't do, what my mental can do. But if I didn't have, cats like you when I were young, you know what I'm saying, bro, like, I would have never figured it out,
Right.
And you hit that damn wall and just stop.
Yeah,
like a lot of times. And I feel like, no, when you at them prep schools, when you coaching, I just think pushing those kids, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? That's why their parents sent them there. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get
Correct.
right. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the reason why there's some kids some parents send their kid to military school.
Yeah, true.
You need discipline.
Correct.
And that's what I'm gonna put into you. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Man, and that's huge, man. So let me ask you this, man. How you get so locked in on this mental health space? Like, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me about that. You know what I'm saying? How you get so locked in on that, and why does that mean so much to you and your company and what you doing moving forward?
So the be honest with you, when I first started my company, it really wasn't a mental health company. Like, against all odds, it's me. wherever I go. Like right now, Against Our Laws is here on the podcast. You know what I mean? So it really wasn't. It was a company's designed for media and marketing. So for instance, I designed it as like highlight films, and it wasn't just for athletes. It was for corporate America. It was for in your situation. I get you on video, getting up out your bed, taking a shower, feeding the kids, getting in your car, heading here, setting up the podcast, interviewing you on the podcast, documentary style
Yeah.
type of thing. But it just not even that, because it was getting ready to turn to almost like a application interview type of resume, video resume, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I was to get, anybody that's in engineering or to say coaching, whatever the case is, and I'm getting it from the start of the day throughout their whole daily process, when you submit that to a job, they see that it's almost a visual. They get to see you first of all. They kind of get to visualize
Yeah.
you as a company man. They might get you a hire. So I was taking a whole different approach then before I got into the mental health game.
Gotcha.
But then the media and phones and video camera, it became so saturated. I kind of started separating myself from that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So then when I was in Raleigh, young, fresh college graduate. I graduated in 2008 during the recession, so I couldn't even really get a job. Wendy's wouldn't even hire me. With 2 degrees, Wendy's wouldn't hire me.
What degrees you got?
I have my associates in business administrations and my bachelor's in sports recreation and management.
That's what's up.
And I'm in school right now getting my master's in psychology with emphasis of life coaching. So we can talk more about that, how I'm going to build on that. But I couldn't get a job then because of the recession and the way the economy was set up. So Wendy's wouldn't hire me because it was training dollars. They wasn't going to waste their training dollars for me to be able to graduate on to another better job eventually. You know what I mean? So they wouldn't even hire me. So it was tough. So, I went to Raleigh, got in the Marriott game, worked at hotels for like 9+ years, which I love because your day was never the same working at hotels. You learn a lot from customer service and dealing with adversity, you know what I mean? Dealing with different customers, clients.
Dealing with people, period, any type of job. I think a young guy should always do a sales job, customer service job, just to get you familiar with dealing with other people that you don't have no control over.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And it's not your fault.
No, it ain't your fault.
It's not your fault.
And you got to be okay with that.
I mean, okay with that.
I mean, and I feel like that a lot of that comes from playing sports. Yeah, because if a coach get on you, yeah, it might not be always your fault, but there's some responsibility.
Correct.
But deal with it, bro. It's okay.
Yeah.
You feel like I'm with you. Go ahead, man.
But nah, so end up getting a little bit of trouble. Got a little bit of trouble out of college. And my mentor was actually my bail's bondsman. Bonded me out, offered me the opportunity to come with him, to work with him, named Stephon McQueen from out of Raleigh, played at UNC Chapel Hill, a little bit with the Panthers. And
That's what's up.
yeah, and pretty much, he had a mental health company already. The company was, at that time, New Beginning. It was based out of Raleigh, and we were picking up kids from home or from school. We were bringing them to the facility. We was working them out, feeding them, allowing them to see a therapist. We was all certified personal trainers, so drop them off for 2 hours out the day for 2 days out the week. Medicaid, as long as you had Medicaid, anything like that, government assistance, they pay for it. So that was a gold mine in itself. We was in the hood. I didn't mind going into the urban communities, knocking on doors. Correct, man. So it was like giving back, People always say, the risk and the reward. Like, what if you get beat up going into the urban communities? And it's like, I don't care. If you feel like you taking it there with me trying to service and help your kid, then I'm serving my purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he put me on that whole mental health route because, see, I come from the city, D.C., DMV area, and
Chocolate City.
Yep, DMV all the way. And to be honest with you, mental health is not big out there.
No, I don't think mental health is huge in the Black community until the past, I say, decade, maybe even lesser than that, in my opinion.
Right.
As far as guys just being vocal about it. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah, because I didn't know anything about mental health, until I moved to North Carolina. I mean, I moved to North Carolina in 2008. I was about 25, 26 at that time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So didn't even understand what mental health was. We've been dealing just dealing. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't even know, like you dealing and not even knowing what's breeding in you when you deal with like
Correct.
toxic, bad environments out of your life. Like if you start normalizing bad behavior, bro, you got to go talk to somebody. Like, you know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Yeah.
They call it normalizing dysfunction.
There you go.
Normalize dysfunction. What you think is normal to you is really dysfunctional to others.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been living in it so long, it's normal.
And a perfect example of that to me is, have you ever been taking a shit in the bathroom, right? And you start not smelling your own shit, but then when you walk out the bathroom, sniff, and you come back, you smell your own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
yeah, that's the same concept. Like you there, it's normal to you. You don't smell it till you go out and see something else, and you come back and be like, damn, this shit stink.
yeah, it's the
Yeah,
thing.
it stink. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. But man, I just think that mental health space, I'm big on it too. I'm more kind of silent about it. I do a lot of reading, you know what I'm saying? Psychology books, but my pop helped me out a lot growing up because he's always tell me think for yourself.
Okay.
He was big on thinking for yourself, but he was big on always holding me accountable. So it didn't matter what happened. Something happened in school. Daddy, they did this. He wore them glasses. He'll look over top of them glasses. What you do?
Yeah.
It don't matter what you do.
Yeah.
So he'd always hold me accountable. So at that time, I just think that put in me where it made me critical think
Right.
myself. Like, okay, what did I do? You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, man. So it's big, but continue, man. It's big.
Yeah, so I started off as, media and marketing, got into it with him, and, he showed me a whole outlook of the mental health space and mental health game, and, I've been locked in from there since then. I started off working with outpatient therapy. So that was like going to the homes, being in the home for about 2 hours for 2 days out the week. It was different though, but you was inside the home and you had to figure out a certain strategy and program for the kids in order to get them out of that space they were in. Um, didn't really like that. They call that being in the fields.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You driving in your own vehicle, you know what I mean?
So you out there.
Yeah, you out there.
Yeah.
You're in the fields, you know what I mean? But then I got with him and he showed me the inpatient therapy, which was more, having a facility to take them to, things of that nature. So that was great. After that, I kind of graduated into JCPC kids.
What is that? Elaborate a little
So
bit.
that's more juvenile court provincial counsel.
Okay.
Okay, so now my kids are house arrest, probation, alternative schools. Like next step is juvie for them. These are more government appointed kids that's been to court. This is diversion program. So it's one of the just one of
That's
the
tough, man. That's tough.
yeah, that was tough. That actually was a tough pill to swallow, but it was great for me for its experience and learning and seeing the
Well, that's the tough part I'm more talking about. It ain't it's not you going through it. It's just I think what's tough for me is when I see other individuals that look like me that is not as fortunate as I am. And it's the mentality is why not.
yes, sir.
And you want to help so quick and so bad, bro, that you realize sometime that help ain't gonna be that quick
Yeah.
for them where they at. And I think that is something that used to eat away at me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So when I say that shit's hard, I mean feeling helpless sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part, even with coaching, seeing, kids like you. That's the hardest part,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right about it. It was hard. I
Yeah.
mean, I dealt with the curriculum we were teaching was positive action, right? So positive action brings positive mindset. So we was trying to change their mindsets to think of the positive opposed to the negative that always is surrounded around the urban community. You're like, oh man, I don't like the police. Why you don't like the police? Oh man, cause
Deep dive.
yeah, he locked my brother up. Yeah, but your brother was on the corner for 8 hours or maybe 15 hours out the day slinging crack.
And then the thing is, the cop probably gave you 3 or 4 chances to get the fuck off that corner
Correct.
and go somewhere else. And I'm not glorifying none of that, but it's at the same time, I get the mindset behind it.
The mindset. So
Now
they
it's
don't like him. Now it's all of a sudden I don't like him. So now
It's
when you
inherited victimization. It's
Correct.
inherited, bro.
correct. And when you interact with them, now you realize, like, because you don't like them, is now your interaction is totally different than a normal citizen, and that's why you get locked up, that's why you get shot at, or
Mhm.
things transpire that shouldn't be
Right.
if you just
Right. And hold on, and let me clear this up though, because he said something, and I know viewers are gonna watch this. You're not saying that uh our kids or our community is like, no, do what the police officer says, do this, do this. No, that ain't what you're saying. You're saying is you got to learn how to hold yourself accountable to understand, hey, if I keep going this path, this is what this is. You know what I'm saying? I just think sometimes when people would hear that side of them, you'd be like, oh, well, just do the right thing, do this, do that.
right.
Yeah, nah, that don't mean you ain't gonna experience prejudice, but at the same time, you're just saying, no, bro, you can change it. 98% of it's changeable by
Correct.
you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Other 2% is out of your control.
And playing the game.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the day, like, that's the bigger picture. We trying to make it and go home to our families. Why do we gotta be an asshole or reject the "Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I was speeding. Oh, sir, I didn't know I was speeding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was" you see what I'm saying?
Play
You gotta play
You
the
gotta
game.
play the game,
You know what I mean?
bro. Because if you don't, it's you're gonna get played. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like when I day trade, right? If you don't know the liquidity, you are the liquidity. If you don't know the game,
Yeah.
then you're being played.
Yeah.
So, bro, no, I'm with you. I'm
So that's
with you on.
so that's when we was teaching the kids. We actually had, we'd bring those kids into a facility, and we had lawyers and police officers coming on every Wednesday
That's
for the
dope,
kids to
bro.
talk to them and chat with them, and so the police can even give them their side and say, "Hey, listen, we like y'all. We ain't trying to lock y'all up. We actually some of the cool cops. We ain't trying to lock y'all up."
That's dope,
You know what
though.
I'm
That's
saying? But
dope.
at the end
That's
of the
dope.
day, you can't talk to us any type of way. And hey, listen, we apologize. We can't talk to y'all any kind of way either.
Correct, correct. It works both ways.
Both ways. So we have lawyers so they can understand the lawyers' jargon, the laws, things of that nature. So they be more prepared going out to the world. And like I said, like you said, it was tough, man. I had kids that I have them on Tuesday, teaching class on Tuesday. Don't see them on Wednesday. Thursday, turn on the TV. Armed robbery, second-degree murder.
Goodness.
Yeah. Next day, I'm visiting them in juvie. Next day I'm visiting them in juvie till they turn 18, then they go to the big house. So I dealt with that. I had kids, and this was Coach Rob from out of Charlotte. He had his program going on, and kids. One kid, he robbed somebody at Walmart, couldn't take the pressure, barricaded himself at home. They followed him at home, barricaded himself at home, killed himself. That kid always wanted to just be in the studio. See, you know, what we was doing over at the JCPC was kinda catered to a lot of sports. So it was encouraging the kids to get themselves right. "You can come play sports with us, play on the AAU team with us." But you had some kids that wasn't even about sports. They didn't get.
Right.
So that's what we say, "Hey, we'll get you in the studio. If you wanna go in the studio, that's
Give them an outlet.
give 'em all."
Whatever that
I
outlet
mean,
is.
that's what he wanted to do, but at the same token, he did he was so surrounded around the urban community and the streets, and one bad decision cost him his life, you know what I mean? One bad decision cost him his life, so
Well, let me ask you this. How does that affect your mental health though, bro? Because I think people that give and don't get money in return, right? You doing it because you give a fuck. How does that bother your mental health whenever you got a kid, he's doing good, back to the environment, now he's on TV, bro?
well, I'll give you an example, man. I took it hard when I first got in the game because I had a kid that, typically he would, no, he was in the streets, but he was with us, right? He was with us. As long as he was with us, he was out of it, he was in the right direction. And this is the part where we have to draw the line, or we have to make a decision, and it's a tough decision. But
Now we talking.
yeah, because you have Medicaid, you have the government that's involved as well. So if your insurance defaults out, then you're no longer able to service these kids, right? So then, as an owner, from an owner standpoint, you have to make a decision: do I take the risk and gamble and service a kid that doesn't have insurance and risk my company? Or do I look at the bigger picture and just say, you know what, it's about the kid, and Imma bring them with me because and you can do that, but it's only a certain window that you have before
But what really is the bigger picture, though? Is the bigger picture is your company going down and you can't service all the other kids?
that's
Or
right.
or you rather lose one to save the bunch? And I know that shit sounds worse than what it how it comes off, but that shit's true, bro.
True.
That's true,
That's true.
and that's why I asked you, like the mental health for you
Yeah.
being the person that's taking care of these kids. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's like you doing it, but you know on the back end, brother, I can't save you and lose everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
And
tough,
that
bro.
was tough. And that's, the kid, unfortunately got killed around the time that he would have been
With you.
in my program. But we had to discontinue because his Medicaid or his insurance
Wasn't taken care of.
wasn't take care of it. It frauded out. And yeah, I wore that for a good little bit, during that time. But I also had to realize it wasn't my fault. So yeah, so
See,
bringing that,
that's a whole nother
yeah, it's a
mental
whole
thing.
nother mental health thing.
Let me know time too, every 10 minutes.
Yeah, but yeah, so you can take it with you and you can take it home, and it can be, but once you kind of realize, like you said, the bigger picture. Now, if I had to do it all over again, that kid stays. It's just
Hindsight 2020.
it's just the risk.
Yeah.
It's just the risk.
Risk you willing to take.
If the audit comes in and they want to audit us for service and one more kid extra, then that's just the risk I got to take.
See, and that's why I'm big on being independent. Like, no matter how I financially make my money,
Yeah.
I don't never want it to depend on the fact that I got to give up on the kid for $1.
Right.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why basketball, I don't want to get paid for that shit. I got other things that fund my life and what I want to do. So if I want to take care of a kid that plays basketball,
Right.
I can do that. I don't give a damn what nobody says because you don't pay me. I pay
Yeah.
myself. So I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But hindsight 2020, that's hard, man. It's hard because a kid's life ain't worth a company, in my opinion.
Nah.
But at the time, you don't know that's what's gonna transpire.
course.
You feel what I'm saying?
course.
Yeah. So I get it, bro.
Yeah. So that's how I deal with that. Now I honestly understand the business side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kept graduating from JCPC, then I went to coaching full time. Went to coaching full time.
Okay, so question: where did basketball for you come into play though? Like, did you play ball growing up?
Yeah, played at Riverdale Baptist, played at Coppin State, played at Morris College, Keystone, like.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
So as far as basketball, you're there. You're just going through this to figure out exactly what you want to do within that scope. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes or no? Go ahead. If I'm wrong,
And more so no. So basketball always been. I probably started having hoop dreams about 25. Then I got into the real world, whatever, you know what I mean? And I had got an offer to, 'cause I was in a hotel game, so I got an offer to go to Atlanta to coach. Well, not coach, but to pretty much open up a hotel and run the whole staffing agency for all hotels down in the Atlanta area, whatever the case is. And then I got an offer to coach at Barber Scotia as the head strength and conditioning coach. Because don't forget, we all were certified personal trainers through the
okay.
mental health company that I was working with. So I had that aspect of
As your credentials.
yeah, that way something is added on. So I already knew how to do all that, right?
Gotcha.
So then I remember like it was yesterday. I've seen Brent Berry Sr. in the elevator, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, I'm in a limbo. What should I do? Should I choose the money or should I choose the passion?" He's like, "Well, listen. If you go for the money, it's only a matter of time for you want more money." He said, "But if you go for the passion will take you to the money." So right there from that point on, I bounced. I went to Barber Scotia when I was a head strength and conditioning coach there. So I was already locked in as being a coach. I played basketball all the way through my lifetime, so that was cool, whatever. I would say it got serious, or when I jumped into the mental health game, um, it was when I became, because I always do basketball, but it was never to the point where I can just not do other things. Oh, well, basketball,
It wasn't
security
fun. It
guard.
wasn't funding you enough to be able to
Correct.
just
It
do.
was
Yeah.
the passion. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Basketball, security guard. teaching basketball. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And then I got offered at Moravian Prep to coach full-time basketball. Full-time, like, that's all.
Now how long you been at Moravian Prep
I've
now?
been at Raven Prep going on, this is my 6th year.
But you been at Moravian Prep 6 years?
Yeah, I took a year off
Last year. Well, yeah, I remember seeing you a couple times. I spoke with you, Coach Ellis talked to me about you before, just
Okay.
kinda saying, "Yeah, this belt," you know what I'm saying, and all that, but my son wasn't old enough yet, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Plus, it was just kinda like, "Okay, cool. I know Ellis because he trained me back in the day." So, but okay, so you've been at Moravian Prep 6 years now, alright, mental health, alright. So now you leave, Barber Scotia, right?
I left Barber Scotia,
Yep,
but I left the JCPC.
JCPC, okay,
Yep, and that was a AAU, Queen City Ballers.
okay.
Coach Rob, he coached Queen City Ballers, so I was
I think they still do that.
yeah, they
Yeah.
still around.
Yeah, I think they do the factory. Yeah, yeah.
Just do the fall league in West Charlotte.
Yep, yep. Yeah, well, I think they're in Olympic now.
Okay.
This year, they're Olympic this year. Yeah, they
Yeah,
have no Team United being in and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Kids, they play up. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I was with them, then I got that job at Moravian Prep.
So
And
what made you decide to go Moravian Prep? Like, what was so enticing about that it was just like, cool, college, that's fine, but all right, cool. Moravian Prep sounds good for me.
so I was at college, right? So the thing was I was at HBCU. It was historical.
Mhm.
It was almost on the brinks of being shut down, but they couldn't shut it down because it was a historical property, right? Um,
Historical district too, ain't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
historical
yeah, yeah.
district, all that. They could
Yeah,
not.
that them real estate now, when you're in them historical districts, you tear down, but you gotta get code, everything to
Sir.
approved, so people don't mess with it because it's too much hassle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's when I first realized, like, I didn't know about the college game of, like, lower divisions playing higher divisions
Mhm.
and getting their brains beat in, but the higher
Getting it
divisions
done.
pay I didn't know nothing about that. When I tell you we went through a whole season like that, Barber Scotia, that's how we went through a whole season like that, and the goal for us was to try to sneak in there, steal the bag, get a win, feed us, and get up out of there. But it never happened like that, but that was the first time I was exposed to that, you know what I mean? Um, so it was quick for me to realize that I don't really wanna be a college coach, because the thing for me as a college coach, it's like, come to my school, okay, you don't want to, next. For me as a prep school coach, I have all the options to be able to help you. I can get you in the D1, D2, NAIA, D3, JUCO, development teams now. It's just my horizon for helping a kid is way higher than it is.
And you know what, bro? I'm glad you said that because this is a transition into this, and we still stay on that.
Yeah.
That is why I do AAU. That's why I don't like high school, because you pigeonhole me in to certain things within either the school system or the framework on what I can and what I
Right,
can't do and what's illegal and what's not. Where
right,
sometimes me buying this kid something to fucking eat should be fine, and I shouldn't have to be in trouble for that. Or
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So on the AAU side and prep school side, I feel more independent. You feel what I'm
correct.
saying? Where I can move. And now with NIL and money that plays in that, now it's not that you go after the bag, but you know that you can play in the area to which you don't have to depend on nobody but
Right.
yourself.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's why I'm big on the that's why I'm big on the AAU and the prep side. Like I just feel like you can teach more and ain't gotta worry about, oh, I can't do this curriculum or watch what
Yeah,
you say. Nah, I'm building a man. Damn what
yeah.
the
Sir.
school system talking about.
Yes.
I'm building a man. You know, if the school system ain't building men, dog. Like I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I went on a rant about
Nah, you good. And that's how and so, Moravian Prep, I played against them when I was coaching at Concord Prep
yeah,
and Forest Trail. We had some studs over there too. And so I already knew about Coach Ellis.
yeah.
We played against him. He knew about me. But then Coach Lowe, which is like one of my good friends in the college game, he had the high school team up there. He had the national high school team.
Now where's Coach Lowe at now?
He's at Winston-Salem Christian.
And I know Coach Lowe. Now that's why I was asking. That's
Yeah.
I think he's related to he's married Mikey's cousin,
Okay.
Tiara.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Tristan's aunt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Tristan's aunt. That's Kurt's nephew, the one that cut your hair in Lenore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's small world. Small hickory. You feel me? But yeah, so that's my guy. Like, me and him been in this game for 10 plus years. So we done seen it's probably a different topic, but we done seen from us getting them from they nose up against us about fifth year seniors in prep schools to now they're glorifying it.
Yeah, because that's the route I went. Like, that's the route I got in trouble, so I had to go that route. Like, if I didn't, bro, I wouldn't have played. Like, I had to go that route, bro.
Yeah.
And Imma be real, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that route, because 'cause Imma be real, when you get to the NBA, they don't give a fuck how old you are.
Nah.
Rob Dillingham's 18, he gonna be guarding a 27-year-old.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Play ball. It just is what it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So nah, I think and he's I know he just got a hell of a player, Bradley.
Blade for
Yeah,
I keep hearing about him.
yeah, that's I know his daddy from travel ball. His daddy was Bingo.
Okay.
His daddy is I think he's like 6'4", 6'5" guard, real athletic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Somebody
Oh yeah,
got some. We played him actually.
yeah. He's
I don't duck no smoke. My team gonna play regardless. I don't if the Hornets called tomorrow and asks us, can we scrimmage? We playing.
we with it. Like,
Yeah, we get beat by 80. We still it's all because
it's development, bro.
development.
It's development.
It's so much bigger than wins and losses.
It is.
It's the experience.
It
You
is.
know, so it's like, that's where we at here now, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was at Moravian, man. So I joined Moravian, been with them for 5, 6 years. But as I started because now, our situation is different in Moravian. Most coaches design, they coach their kids, they go home to their families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most coaches here in Moravian, we live with our kids.
Yeah, that's why I said that's what I'm saying. I see you guys are a little more, to me, AAU style, meaning that not the game, but as far as the coaches being around. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how, to me, when I played with Forest City, our coaches was around us all the time. They was like, when you go with them on the weekend, your parents might come, but you with coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And y'all there, but that's the familiarity that I see. And that's why I was big on you training my boys, is because I seen that, because that's what I came from. You know what I'm saying? You there, you train them, bro. You there.
I'm
like,
there.
You're no. How many you got? No, I counted 2. Let's go. You got 3 more.
Yeah.
My son will be like, no, it's 4. No, let's go. Like that is real development to me.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying?
And I don't even know if it's hard to even put a title on it because you can't really it's not really like a frat, you know what I'm saying? But it's closer more to a frat than AAU. Cause AAU,
Yeah.
you got them for them events, summertime they go, you got the ones that
I'm
can't.
talking about my fault. The more organization of the
Okay.
family behind it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Yeah, but go ahead. Way to fill the gap on that.
Yeah, so it's just we live with the boys. I get to see their habits off the court, which I really believe that, your off the court habits affect your on the court. If you don't talk off the court, you ain't gonna talk on the court. If you lazy off the court, you gonna be lazy on the court. It's just no way you can tell me something you love and something you don't love, you half-ass at it, that you're gonna give me your whole it just don't work that way.
Nope.
So at the end of the day, us being able to live with these boys it's a blessing, man. I'll be honest with you. And not everybody can do it because some people got families and kids and but I'm unfortunate I got a puppy. And I got 2 daughters, they grown, they doing their thing. So at the end of the day, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying the road. I'm enjoying seeing these guys grow, maturing. Like I said, I'm with them, so I get a chance to say, I'm almost like their dad, big brother,
Uncle.
uncle,
Yeah.
things of that nature, / coach, so mentor.
Yeah. See, but see, I feel like for me, coaching basketball is my way to give back, though.
Yes.
Because that's what fueled me. And I think giving back is not the same for everybody. Like, for me, basketball is my way. For another guy, it might be teaching his son business. It could be somebody else teaching soccer. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is just what I resonate with. That's more natural for me to teach. But what you said earlier is I use basketball as a way a samurai would teach a student. I'm teaching you lessons through the game that apply outside of basketball.
Correct.
And I feel like parents or any other prospect you're looking to go and to play with somebody or do anything, I think the development side about more than basketball is, if you're hearing that a lot about a program or a coach, that's 9 times out of 10 that can be a good fit for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just, with this balls, even with my son, man, like, I know I teach him, and do I want to win? Do I coach to win? Hell yeah, I coach to win.
Sure.
That's what we do. But I do know that him playing through a bad game is part of his development.
Right.
Him maybe getting injured, can't play, that's part of your development.
Yeah.
Me chewing you out on the small stuff, that's part of your development. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a bigger picture that I feel people don't really understand unless you doing it for the right reasons. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
It has to be for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying?
It has to be.
Yeah, bro. 'Cause
Or it's gonna show.
yeah, it's gonna show.
Yeah, it's gonna show.
In due time, it'll show.
Yeah.
Either way it goes. So now you at Moravian. Y'all rocking with that as far as your coaching style, right?
Mhm.
Do you adapt to the players that you have, or do you stick to the system?
So, yeah, it's funny you say that because I'll say maybe 2, 3 years in, I was probably adapting to my players,
Okay,
which is I would say you still have to adapt to your players.
their skill sets.
No.
Okay, talk to me.
I
Talk
won't
to me.
I don't think I think the players are way more skilled than we ever were back in the day. So as a talent as we continue to develop as coaches or we to grow up in the game, the players are getting better and better. The skill set is
Mhm.
getting better and better. Your kid is doing something at an age we wasn't even thinking about doing.
Right, and he's way better than me. Nah, it's not even
So
close. He'll
so
beat my ass at
correct. So the scale of the skills set is definitely at an all-time high, but the character, the mindset is where is the challenge. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I come into play at where I kinda got soft. My daughters say it all the time. Even some of my players that come back, they say, "Yo, you got soft. You woulda never let us." And it's not even a fact of getting away with it. It's just like almost like for instance, we had practice 2 days ago. Now the humidity hits the floor gets a little slick, gets a little wet. The old me wouldn't have gave a fuck. We out there, we rocking,
Yeah, let's
people
go.
sliding, busting their
Who
ass.
cares? Let's
You
finish.
know what I'm saying? But the newer me is like, "Okay, I get it. I understand. Let's walk through it a little slower. Let's figure it out."
But ain't that the hardest shit to do? Though, y'all?
So listen,
No, it is,
so
but that
like
shit is so
I'm
hard.
in the huddle. I'm telling them that we don't had a good practice, low key, or everything. We couldn't really compete because of that part. So now I'm in the huddle. I'm kind of pissed because I didn't get to compete. I put in sets, walkthroughs, but I wanted to see who can,
Like, look,
And I'm in a huddle and I'm like, yeah, this was a little wet today, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking them in their face and I'm like, see, in my mind, I'm thinking, hear my daughter, like, yeah, Pops, you got soft. And I'm like, you know what? That's the part she's keep talking about me getting soft. You know what? I don't give a damn tomorrow if it's an ice skating ring in this bitch tomorrow.
we going.
We going tomorrow.
Hard.
So y'all get that in y'all minds that
Accept it
we're
now.
going tomorrow, regardless of if it's an ice skating ring in this joint. I'm telling y'all that tonight. So the next day it actually dried up. The humidity wasn't even that bad. But if it was, we were still
We
going.
rocking.
But the biggest thing I just said was it don't matter if it's an ice skating ring. Get in your mind
Accept it no matter what.
that we are going. So it really wasn't the fact that that floor was slippery. It was all mental. I seen one person slip now. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But I remember playing the game and Franklin Prep was playing against Franklin Prep and the little got a little humidity out there and people was just sliding, boom, boom, busting their ass. I'm like, you know what? Playoff 2. That's what we play off 2 or everything. So busting their ass, trying to play off 1, busting their ass. And then I looked at Franklin Prep coach. I'm like, you want to call it? He's like, coach, we doing whatever y'all doing. I say, well, fuck it. We gonna finish the game and play.
Let's adjust.
Now we don't make excuses. We make adjustments.
That's I agree.
The floor slippery. Start playing off 2. Start playing out of control. Then stop going 100 miles an hour. Think you're gonna stop on a dime. You gotta go with some pace.
And the funny thing is this: just because you've been victimized, don't mean you gotta be a victim.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
That's
Just because you've been victimized, don't mean you gotta see a victim, bruh, and gone. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't never seen people that decide to be a victim will argue for the limitations of the victim. Well, this is why I did that. Constantly. bro, that shit gets under my skin. You hear me?
Yeah.
It gets under my
That's
skin,
good,
bro.
though. That's good. That's
Bro,
good.
that gets under my skin. That's why I tell my parents when I coach their kids, stop talking about the refs in front of them kids. Cause I don't want my kids to be a victim to the whistle. Yeah, some refs might be garbage,
Yeah.
but no, we missed fucking 5 layups.
Right. I
We
mean,
turned the ball over
well,
10 times. I told them quit dribbling on the sideline. You're getting trapped.
yeah.
No, there's so many circumstances that happen that it was in our control, but at the same time, like, I don't wanna hear my 9-year-old, 10-year-old, "Well, if the ref was better." No. Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Reps
That's
are
coming
people
from
that
that's
lose the
coming from
game.
what they hear over there.
Yeah.
So please, like, understand. Stop creating victimization in kids. That shit kills me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, kids because they don't know what being a victim is. You teach them that.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
They have
That's
no
true.
clue with that, bro. They
That's
don't.
true.
Even the ones that's been victimized, they normalize it.
Yeah.
So they don't even know they're victimized
Yeah.
until somebody else tells them.
Yep. Yeah.
So you're so we as society sometimes breed that badass behavior, bro, where it's just like, oh well, this happened to him, so that means he can't do it. What? Nah, bro. Nah,
Yeah.
man, I can't buy that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I can't buy it. But that's why I rock with you though, bro. Just that little simple explanation. Yeah, the court's for okay, so the fuck what? Play off 2 feet now.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
he's cheating the play. Cut back door.
Back door. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what should I do? That's like I tell him. He asked me one time, "What should I do right here?" I don't know. I can't play for you.
Yeah.
See what you got. Now, could I told him, yeah, but
Yeah.
what is that fixing? What is that developing in
Right.
him?
Yeah.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm coddling my son if that's the case.
Yeah.
Hell no. Learn how to hit your damn knee on that floor and get the fuck up, and we can play. But bro, I'm just big on. But I hate a victim. Like, I do, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it irks, it gets under my skin
Yeah.
because I could have more excuses than assholes out here.
Right.
But I won't go that route.
Right.
I won't go that route. There's always a way, bro. Boy, you done got me on the tan. I'm over sweat trying to got that shit, bro.
Hey, that's how I do, man. But yeah, when I got into the coaching game full time with Moravian, it gave me an opportunity to realize that there was no drop off from the mental health game in the coaching game.
I agree.
And that's where I became more passionate about the mental health game because, like I said, we look at our athletes nowadays. We look at them, we say, hey, they're handsome, they fly out the gym, they well liked in school, they got it going on, but then you don't add the intangibles. They're trying to appease their dad or their mom or their family. They're trying to appease their friends. D1 or bus. You got
Social media life.
social media. You add social acceptance. You add 100 likes to 1 likes. You add a little girlfriend in there now. You
And
add,
don't let the girlfriend then cheat on you before the game.
you add
Goodness.
game. Not even we talking about game. We just talking about period.
Well, yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they might be raggedy all season or something like it happened to them.
dude, and see, you factor in season, I'm factoring suicide and the reason why, and that's, I don't want to jump the gun right here, but I would say this because after Moravian, that year gap that I took a year gap, went back to DMV, right? Had opportunity out there, kind of didn't follow through like I wanted to. Ended up going back to what I know, mental health. So I just went back to mental health. During that time frame of working in mental health, I ended up coming across working with kids that was a lot different. Because don't forget, I did outpatient therapy, I did inpatient therapy, I worked in the urban youth, JCPC, Juvenile Court Provincial Council. I thought I conquered all of it. Now I get with a whole new crop of kids dealing with anxiety, depression, suicidal ideology, self-harm, depression.
Different type of I don't know the word I'm trying to say. Different type of depression. Like,
Different type of mental health.
yeah,
Like different levels.
different levels because these kids might grow up and this is what you got to deal with. But in the suburbs, this is what you deal
In the
with.
urban youth, mental health, you don't get what you gotta go. That was juvie, jail. In this one, it's you don't get what you gotta go do. It's psych ward. That's the next step. They call it booty juice. Pause. They call it booty juice
No diddy too.
because they take the needles and they sticking it in their butts to give him the serum to calm him down or just to make him out zombie out in the psychiatric wards.
Man.
Yeah, dude. So now I'm dealing with that now. So it's not even the same realm because one, it's not even the same type of kids that I was used to dealing with. I'm dealing with a whole different class of
Man,
kids.
you dealing with watch your back.
I wouldn't even say that. It's not more watch your back. It's more so I'm dealing with kids that's billionaires, millionaires, their parents. Their parents never there. The nanny raised them.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I'm glad you said that. The guys I used to partner with, business, this is 3, 6, 4, it's about 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I won't never say their names, but they
Of
know.
course.
They started doing crack, bro, at like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And they Hmong, 'cause they Asian kids or whatever. The biggest thing, they was raised good neighborhoods. Guess what the biggest coal pit for them doing crazy things like that was? What you just said. Parents not home.
Never there.
They
Yeah.
was never there. They was doing businesses. They had to work. They didn't work a 9 to 5, but they had their own thing where they wasn't present.
Yeah, gone. In LA for 2 days, gone, but like the nanny raising them. The nanny's raising them. And it's like, so these kids was way entitled in a different aspect, but again, they were suffering in a whole nother light.
Would you say some of them is narcissistic?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say more brainwashed than anything at that stage. It's
Gotcha.
like everything is always like a dark cloud. It's really like a dark cloud. I mean, I've had kids I think the age group started from 7 years old all the way up to about 29. So I have kids that's 7 that got self-inflicted wounds, and then I got kids that's 29 that's graduated from college, that you would say, you already graduated, it's experience override education. So at some point, yeah, it's gonna be hard out here in this real world. They didn't tell you that when you graduated, that when you get out to the real world, they ain't gonna be knocking your door down trying to give you a job. Like, so now you go into depression not even knowing that because you just didn't get that small little tip when you graduated.
Yeah,
Like,
because you never experienced struggle prior to, so when you get a little bit of it, it's gonna rock you.
it's gonna rock you, So I mean, so I was seeing that, man. I mean, I had ladies, that was cut up, uniformed all the way down their arms and crosses, things of that nature. Didn't wanna wear, like, she wore long sleeves because she wanted to cover them up, but because of the stitches, the long sleeve was getting infected because it was always rubbing against her stitches. So now I gotta talk to this young lady to kinda get her into the mindset where your trauma is your transformation. Now she's hearing it, she's buying it, don't hide that. That's a part of you now. Be a witness, be a testimony to somebody that's might be going through that. And she started wearing short sleeves, it started healing, she graduated out.
That's dope, man.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope,
But that
bro.
I witnessed that. So not only now I'm coaching full time, and then I took a year off, got into that part of it, and now I'm like, okay, there's definitely no big drop off from the depression side of it now because I never was able to identify
With
the
us.
depression side because I was just dealing with urban community.
You was dealing with
With the
that,
hood
yeah, the hood shit, and that's why I tell people, man, that hood depression is different from suburb depression, like, because, yeah, they got rocked by, "I didn't get to do this," but
Yeah,
they like, "Oh, shit, that's normal to me, shit, I wish I had your opportunity, shit, I'm bad, nigga."
eat these noodles every goddamn night.
Right, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But the thing is, bro, you get aspects of both. Now you got a deeper level of understanding. So now you know how to deal with kids that don't look like you, how to
right.
deal with kids in certain areas. So it actually makes you more flexible as a coach in order to do that. And see, I gained that through reading,
Okay.
understanding put myself in somebody else's shoes. Like I know the biggest one used to kill me was, well, if my daddy gave me all that money, I wouldn't have blew it. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You like, bro, you don't even know what this
Yeah,
kid deal on that end of it, bro. It's
right,
a whole that's something further than that's higher up than you can even think about
right.
right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true.
So like nobody's depression is worse than the next. I just think there's different levels to the shit.
It is.
and there's different outcomes to how somebody handles it, whether they go off the deep end or they go this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I don't try to judge those individuals, bro. I just try to understand like why are you doing what you doing? You feel what I'm saying? And that's kind of the reason I got you on here because I'm trying to understand you. You feel what I'm saying? And your aspect of it, bro. So with that mental health, how has mental health helped you be a better basketball life coach, bro?
Um, Going through my own trials and tribulations, you know what I mean? Trying to be as transparent as possible helps out a lot too, not trying like and not holding back. Sometimes we try to hold back and not say the real because we're scared of, the backlash we might get from it
Or we might not get from
it
it.
might, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like I said, as long as I'm transparent with them, they get to see, you know what I mean, the real me. They know that they know my passion overrides anything,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think that gets me through the door a lot.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
I can tell the vibe. Like I can. And the biggest thing, I wish we had more time to go into that, but it's just more that whole identity as an athlete and the mental health side that
Mhm.
I wish I had more time. But yeah, bro, that whole thing for me, when I tore my ACL,
Yes, sir.
fam, you talking about I did who I was.
Mhm.
I lost that. And I didn't know that at the time, of course, but it resulted to me doing drugs. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? It resulted in me having different behaviors that I wouldn't normally do. Like, I mean, I'm working, but I'm going to work high trying to get fired, bro, because I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? They took
Yeah.
that whole year off in order for me to come back. That's when Ellis tells people I led the country in scoring. But
Mhm.
yeah, bro, I had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? In
Mhm.
order for me to realize this ain't what I want, though.
Yeah.
This ain't what I want. And I had to figure out, at that point, I realized basketball was just something that I do. It's a role that I play.
Correct.
And that's when it became more fun and better to me as I could go through college and be fine. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying playing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I enjoy playing. So, nah, man, I just think it's real big, bro, on what you do, and I just think more people need to really hear what you do. I don't know if a lot of people do because I feel like your social media is just more basketball, basketball.
It is.
I don't think it deep dives into who you are, but that's part of the reason why the content, why I told you I'm gonna highlight you more, like just drills, stuff like that, and then it leads to more stuff, of course, so
Right.
people know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I think you got a hell of a story, but I think your purpose on what you doing it for resonates more with me
Yes, sir.
than fucking basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basketball is just a vehicle
Yeah.
to get the message out.
Oh, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure. And, like I said, hopefully the next time I come on this podcast, I'll be talking about my 501(c)(3),
Yeah,
because that's really where it's all said and done. That's really what I'm about to lock in on.
yeah.
And just to give you a little insight about it, I plan on going to the public schools. I wanna merge, athletes and the mental health world together. So sports athletes, I wanna merge them all together. So what I'm planning on doing is going to our local high schools. Probably gonna start off with basketball teams just because I'm familiar with
Yeah,
that,
that's your lane, bro. Ain't
right?
nothing wrong with that.
But I'm not subject to that. I
Mhm.
wanted to be tennis, softball, wrestling. It don't matter. Chess team. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all suffer from
Well,
mental health.
it's all mental, bro. Like I don't even day trading. Like I told you, that shit is more mental than
Yes, sir.
anything, bro.
Yes,
Like
sir.
everything's mental first. This might be a little about top, but I think the universe is mental. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So if you ain't got that foundation together, bro, it's hard to see a path. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, so man, I definitely want to get you on here for part two, bro.
Say that.
We can get back into the mental health because I'm gonna do a 501(c)(3). It's just gonna be predicated for my kids,
Okay.
but it's just more. Yeah, I want to take them to Florida. I want to take them to California playing tournaments, but no, bro, I want to stay out there for a week. I want to take you out to Universal Studios, like because that's what was done for me.
Yeah.
That's why I got to see other shit. Where now I want to do business. Like I've been wanting to do it, but I never knew what it looked like.
Right.
Now I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Say that.
So man, that's where I'm at with it, man. I appreciate you coming on here, big dog. I definitely gonna get you on here for another one, bro.
Sounds good, bro.
We can rap, and we'll definitely put you out there more, man.
Thank you
I
for having me,
appreciate it,
man.
bro. I
Appreciate
appreciate it, big dog.
Yes, sir.
For real.